Joining us now direct from China is Warren Wang. Warren is the CEO of ChineseInvestors.com Incorporated. CIIX is their stock symbol. Warren, welcome back to the program.
Hi, Donald. How are you?
Well, we're doing great. Now, I understand you were just at a big cannabis show in China.
So I went to the Chinese marijuana trade show, which is really good. I'm not calling marijuana, but more like a hemp conference, which is 80% are very young people. So it's very encouraging news. I think the cannabis industry in the next 20 to 50 years can be have a bright picture, a bright future. The reason is that I think China is still in the early stage of cannabis industry. Secondly, Chinese population is really big, about 1.5, 1.2 to 1.5 billion people, which is almost 4 times of the U.S. population. So after attending the conference, I believe this is a great potential for Chinese cannabis industry. In the meantime, I saw one Canadian businessman came to China just try to raise money for his cannabis venture, because in that conference we have a lot of institutional investor, analyst, fund manager went to the conference, and they are very interested in what happened overseas. So that's two huge breakout point is for the cannabis investor in China, they need to looking for some cannabis venture outside China, especially in the offshore, because the regulatory concern. Second issue we need to watch out is Chinese policy change. If Chinese government is more lift the restriction on the cannabis, I think there's big potential for Chinese cannabis grower and cannabis vendors.
Warren, any further comment on share price volatility?
Okay, regarding the stock activities, I just received a few inquiries from my lawyer shareholders. They want me to take action to step in to support the stock price because they cannot believe it. Stock dropped so much and little by little with no really volume. So actually, I suggest our lawyer shareholders support our stocks because like Amazon.com, when they started, stock from like $1.57 all the way up to $300 and then pull back to almost $9 and then went to up to $2,000 per share, which make all the shareholder a fortune. So also I watched the Jeff Bezos video when he started a company. He started talking about 20 investors, each one put 20 to 50 grand. He raised $1 million, which represent Amazon.com 20% of market cap. Down the road from 1995 all the way to 2020, we saw so many shares, the shareholder really got diluted, but their 20% shares really worth a lot of money. So I think short-term dilutions and short-term stock volatility is not going to change the long-term picture. I think the investor need really reading, who's the management team, what's the market direction, how's the strategy of the company, instead of focus on the stock volatility. So I urge my shareholders, loyal shareholders, to buy more, to average down the price. In the meantime, set up your, the money need to be your risk money instead of just like retirements or tuition money. That's very dangerous. So if you believe our company, believe our management team, believe our industry, believe our the strategies, marketing strategies, I think this is the great time to invest into the Chinese cannabis industry, because this is just started. It's like 2013 of California or Canadian cannabis company like CGC. And when they're on the road show, nobody really want to buy their private placement. Around like below $1. Right now it's almost $20. So that's my message to my loyal shareholders. Thank you so much for everyone's support our company. I appreciate your time.
ChineseInvestors.com Incorporated, CIIX. Warren, thanks so much for joining us.